Beowulf and Grendel begins in Denmark during the time of the Vikings. On top of a mountain, a giant is playing happily with his young child, a little troll. Suddenly, the chief of a Denmark tribe arrives with his men on horseback, planning to kill the giant. But before they can reach him, the giant spots them from a distance. To protect his child, he quickly picks him up and runs toward the other side of the mountain. However, the chief and his men surround him. The giant hides his child on the slope of the mountain and then tries to scare the men away instead of fighting them, hoping they will turn back. But the men do not leave. They attack him with arrows, spears, and burning torches. The giant loses his balance and falls from the mountain, dying instantly. From his hiding place, the little troll watches everything in silence. Then, the chief walks to the edge of the mountain and removes his mask. When he looks down, he spots the young troll. For a moment, he considers killing the child too, but because it is only a baby, he decides to leave it alive. Without telling his men, he turns back and rides away. The small troll then climbs down the mountain. Near the sea, he finds the lifeless body of his father. He tries to drag the body away from the crows and vultures, but it is far too heavy for him. Finally, he uses a sword to cut the body into pieces and carries them into a cave. There, he hides the remains and begins living in the cave all alone. Many years pass and the troll grows up, but every day, when he looks at his father's severed head, he cries in sorrow and remembers him. Meanwhile, in the Viking tribe of Denmark, a priest performs a religious ceremony for the opening of a new tavern. He announces to the chief that the tavern is now fully ready. On the other side, the troll who has been waiting all these years to take revenge for his father finally comes out of his cave. That evening, while some Viking warriors are celebrating inside the tavern, the troll arrives. He attacks the guard outside, smashing his head, and then enters the tavern. Inside, he slaughters all the Vikings brutally. The next morning, the chief comes to the tavern with his men. The sight shocks him. The bodies of the Viking warriors who had stayed there overnight are scattered everywhere. They were all killed in a savage way. The chief asks his commander, "Where were you when this happened?" The commander replies, "I was in the village. Some young men stayed here after drinking, but I don't know who killed them so cruelly." Strangely, no women or elders were harmed. Hearing this, the chief grows uneasy. After that, the scene shifts to the Vikings of Gateland, whose leader is Leo, a famous Viking warrior. As always, they set out on their ships for raids and plundering. But during their journey, the cold weather forces them to stop near Denmark. Meanwhile, that night, the Danish chief goes near the mountain with his guard and calls out, challenging the troll. But as he takes a few steps forward, the troll suddenly appears from behind and strikes the guard on the head, killing him instantly. From a distance, the chief sees this and charges forward with his sword. But before he can reach him, the troll runs away. The chief cannot understand why the troll never fights him directly and only kills his guards before escaping each time. The next morning, the whole tribe gathers at the place of the killings. The chief's wife says to him, "Many of our Viking men have been killed. What will happen to their widows now? If this continues, soon only widows will remain in the village." The chief has no answer and no solution. Out of shame, he stays silent. Later, his wife goes to Lena, a woman who lives alone outside the village on the mountain. She asks her, "You can see death before it comes? Tell me, will my husband die the same way?" Lena replies, "You all cast me out of the community, calling me corrupt, and now you come to me asking for help." The chief's wife says, "What happened to you was not my fault." Lena answers, "It makes no difference now. As for your husband, he will not die at the hands of the troll." Hearing this, the chief's wife quietly returns home. Meanwhile, the Vikings of Gateland, under the leadership of Leo, advance with their ship and land near the settlement where the tribe of Denmark lives. When a Danish horseman soldier sees them, he warns, "This land also belongs to Vikings. If you came here to raid, then leave at once." Leo replies, "I am Leo, the famous Viking warrior. During our journey, we only wish to rest here for a few days. We have no plans to raid." The soldier says, "We have heard much about you. Come, I will take you to meet our chief, Leo." And his men meet the chief. The chief is pleased to see him and says, "The last time I met your father, you were still a child. Now you have grown into a great warrior." Leo nods in agreement. That night, the chief arranges a feast in the tavern for Leo and his men. The chief's wife herself serves the drinks. During the feast, Leo asks, "Why are there so many widows here and so few men?" The chief tells him about the troll's nightly attacks. Hearing this, Leo says, "If the troll comes every night to kill Viking men, then from now on, my men and I will wait for him." After the party, the chief, his wife, and the others return home. But Leo and his warriors, along with a few men of the tribe, remain in the tavern. At midnight, the troll comes outside the tavern. First, he sniffs around a priest, then moves to the door, smelling to check whether the Vikings. Inside, Leo and his warriors realize the troll has arrived and quickly prepare for battle. But the troll senses that the warriors inside are not local Vikings. Instead of entering, he urinates on the closed door. When the Vikings inside rush out to attack, the troll has already vanished into the night. The next morning, the chief says to Leo, "It is strange that no man was killed last night." Leo replies, "Yes, the troll came to the door, but instead of fighting, he urinated and went away." After this, Leo sets out with some of his own men and a few from the tribe to search for the troll in the hills, hoping to kill it. But after searching many places, they fail to find him. So they return to the village. village. A little later, Leo goes alone to meet Alina, who lives outside the village near the mountain. He says to her, "I have heard that you can see death before it comes." Lina answered, "Yes, and I have also heard that you are the famous Viking warrior, Leo. But why have you come here?" Leo says, "I want to know how many deaths will happen in this fight between the troll and the Vikings, and if the troll will die or not. It is important to know because I want to protect your people." Lina says, "I am not one of these people. When I was still a child, the chief's nephew brought me here and forced me into a life of shame. As for your question, yes, I have seen the future. The troll will be killed, but many Vikings will also die, and the land will run red with blood. In truth, the people here deserve no better." Then Leo asks, "Why do you say that?" Lina answered, "Because of what they did to the troll. This is their punishment. You should stay away from this matter." Before Leo can ask more, his men arrive searching for him. They say, "Evening is approaching. We need to be ready." So Leo returns with them to the tribe. Later, Leo speaks to the chief in private and asks, "Has the troll ever killed a woman, child, or old person?" The chief answers, "No, he only kills our Viking men." Leo says, "That means he is intelligent and in a way disciplined." The chief looks surprised and says, "He is killing our people and yet you are praising him." Leo replies, "I am not praising him. I just think there must be a reason why he only kills men. Until now, he has not attacked us or your other villagers directly." The chief then says, 20 years ago, a troll was killed. Since then, none were seen. I don't know where this one has come from. If you are afraid of the troll, then don't fight." That evening, Leo and his warriors once again wait inside the tavern for the troll. When they hear the sound of his arrival, they rush outside with swords ready. But once again, the troll is nowhere to be seen. Disappointed, they turn back toward the tavern. At that moment, the troll quietly slips out from behind the rocks and heads back to his hiding place. The next day, Leo once again goes to see Lina and asks her, "Tell me, how can the troll be killed?" Lina replies, "Why don't you just return home with your men?" Leo answers, "Before I leave, I must know how people can be freed from this troll." Then Lina takes him into her hut and throws her fortune-telling bones to try to find an answer. At that moment, Leo hears the troll's voice outside. He rushes out, but the troll, seeing him, runs away. Leo jumps on his horse and chases after it. Before he can reach it, the troll climbs up the mountain. Lina also follows and arrives there. Leo calls out to the troll, "If you have courage, come face me. Why do you keep running away?" The troll answers in its own tongue. Lina understands and tells Leo, "The troll says his fight is not with you. You and your men have not harmed him, and that is why he has never attacked you." Hearing this, Leo is surprised and returns with Lina to her hut. There he asks, "Then why does he keep roaming around here?" Lina explains, "The chief's nephew once forced me into a sinful life, but he died in my bed. People blame me for his death and cast me out of the tribe. Since then, I have lived here alone. Many Viking men used to come every night to dishonor me, but ever since the troll started appearing, none of them dared to come. That is why I will not help you kill him. The poor troll has already suffered too much." After learning this, Leo goes back to the chief and says, "Through Lina, I spoke with the troll. He told her that the Vikings treated him very cruelly. That is why he is taking revenge." The chief looks uneasy and says, "I will talk to you about this later." As Leo is leaving to return to his men, he sees a disabled man being beaten cruelly by some children. Leo drives the children away. The man then says to him, "My father fought against the troll's father. That is why the troll killed all the men of my family. I know where the troll lives. You and your warriors can go there and kill him." Hearing this, Leo and his warriors set out by boat toward the mountain where the troll's cave lies. With the disabled man guiding them, they land near the shore and climb up the mountain until they find the only entrance to the cave. One Viking tries to climb down, but his foot slips. The others quickly pull him back up. After that, none of them have the courage to go inside. Instead, they urinate near the cave entrance and begin returning to their boat. But suddenly, from beneath the water, the hidden troll lunges at the Viking who had urinated near his cave, trying to kill him. But his companions strike quickly, forcing the troll to retreat back under the water. The Viking's life is saved. After this, the group goes back to the tavern and waits all night for the troll. But this time, the troll does not dare to enter. The next morning, Leo steps outside and sees that the troll has killed the crippled soldier who showed them the way to the cave. Shocked, Leo and the Vikings decide to return to the troll's cave, but this time they use the robe to reach the cave entrance. When they enter, they find strange things scattered around. One Viking breaks the skull of the troll's father and urinates on it. The troll is not there at the time, but when he returns and finds the broken skull, he immediately understands who entered his cave. Seeing the insult to his father, the troll becomes furious. That evening, while the Vikings are asleep inside the tavern, the troll attacks them brutally. He kills the one who broke his father's skull. Seeing this, Leo also starts fighting with the troll, but Leo is too weak compared to the troll. The troll tries to escape through the roof, but Leo grabs his leg and pulls him down, wrapping a heavy iron chain around his arm. Angrily, the troll punches Leo and struggles to break free, but his hand gets caught in the chain. A Viking shoots shoots an arrow at him, but the troll knocks him away. Before the others can attack, the troll cuts off his own hand to escape. He runs toward the sea, but doesn't get far. He collapses and dies on the shore. Suddenly, his body is dragged away into the sea by some unseen force. The next day, the Vikings mourn their fallen comrades and burn their bodies. Leo turns to the chief and says, "You told me only half the truth. Now that the troll is dead, at least tell me everything." The chief admits that they had once killed the troll's father without reason, and now they are all paying the price. Leo replies, "Because of your thinking, an innocent was killed. But this troll was not like you. He never harmed the innocent." Hearing this, the chief feels ashamed. That night, the Vikings hang the troll's severed hand in the tavern and celebrate, believing the troll is finally dead. Afterwards, most of them return to their home. Leo goes to see Lena. She tells him, "As I said, the troll is gone, but you still have more wounds to suffer." She then reveals her past. Years ago, the troll had come to her. He had been with her once, but after that, he never touched her again. Strangely, the Vikings stopped harassing her. She also says, "Lo, he was not evil. He only carried the pain of his childhood." While talking, Lena and Leo grow closer and end up in each other's arms. At midnight, the troll's mother storms into the village. On her way, she kills a priest. She then enters the tavern and slaughters all the Vikings inside. She takes her son's severed hand with her. The next morning, a small boy secretly approaches Lena. She tells him to stay quiet, then quietly leaves with him. Meanwhile, the Vikings believe the troll is still alive and responsible for the new killings. They go hunting for him. At the seashore, they find another comrade's severed head. Leo's suspicion grows stronger. The troll might still be alive. He rushes into the cave alone, diving through the water. Inside, he finds the troll's body lying on a rock, but as he steps closer, the troll's mother suddenly attacks him from behind. She strangles him, but Leo grabs a stone and smashes it against her head. Then he seizes a sword and kills her. At that moment, the young boy arrives with a sword in hand. Seeing him, Leo realizes the truth. This boy is none other than the son of Lena and the troll. Leo lowers his weapon and does not harm him. Later, Leo returns to the tribe and tells the chief, "I am leaving. The troll and his mother are truly dead now." Before going, he meets Lena once more and warns her, "If people find out the troll has a son, they will kill you both." Lena answers calmly, "This secret will stay only between us." Saying this, she walks away. In the end, Leo builds graves for the troll and his mother outside Lena's hut. But from a distance, the troll's son watches everything with tears. Then Leo leaves with his men, returning to Gatelin, and that's where the movie ends. Don't forget to like and share this video. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.